It is with deep regret that I announce that the missing person investigation that we had enlisted all of your help in, the missing person investigation involving Ms. Battise, has now sadly transformed into a homicide investigation. Late this afternoon, we received information from a citizen that the car had been seen on, her car had been seen on Charlton Street in the 300 block. Officers responded there and located what appeared to be her car. That car has been removed from Charlton Street, was taken to our police annex to the forensics unit. Search warrant was obtained, the car was open, and her body was found inside the vehicle. I'm going to back up and give you a little bit. Let me talk first about the car, and so I'll use these. Actually, I'll give you some history, and then we'll come to the pictures of the car. This case really has some twists and turns, and we're going to give you a little more background than you've previously had. There are several individuals involved in this case, and Ms. Battise had a relationship with two gentlemen, Mr. Luther Ruth and a gentleman named Mr. Terry Coleman. Back on July 8th, Terry Coleman was the victim of an aggravated assault. At the time of that assault, Mr. Coleman provided a version of that assault that did not name a suspect and provided a location for the assault having occurred that investigation quickly proved was not, in fact, where the assault had occurred. So the investigation continued for some period of time, and ultimately Mr. Coleman disclosed to the detective investigating the case that, in fact, he had been assaulted by Mr. Ruth. The detectives were investigating that case and obviously interviewing all of the parties as well as other folks. And then on Friday afternoon, things took quite a change, actually. When around 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon, Ms. Battise was reported missing. She had not returned home on Thursday night, and as near as we can pinpoint it at this hour, she was last seen at about 9 p.m. on Thursday evening. She is not reported missing to us until Friday at approximately 4 p.m. And that's an adult missing person, which people leave for a variety of reasons, and the challenge is this foul play? Is there a criminal act involved, or is this just someone that's left for other reasons or just chosen not to respond? Detectives worked that case through the weekend. Actually, it was clearly escalating. Our concern was escalating through the weekend. Detectives were checking addresses Saturday night and looking for her, trying to make contact with various people, trying to determine where she might be. That continued to escalate on Sunday. Obviously, missing persons investigations are handled by a Special Victims Unit, and so Sergeant Gavin was running that investigation. That continued to build on Monday, our concern about that and what might have occurred, and that culminated for us on Tuesday when we made a release and a public appeal for help in locating the vehicle, and then, as I said, we were able to locate the vehicle late this afternoon with the help of a member of the public. I want to show you a couple of pictures of the vehicle. We thought the vehicle had some very distinctive markings that would make it quite easy to spot. And as you can see, this is how the car looked where it was parked on Charlton Street. The Hello Kitty emblem is not even visible until you blow it up. So if you go to the next slide, then you'll see that emblem blowing up. That emblem is actually on the back window of the car, but we had thought that was a much more visible decal, and hence we thought it would be more readily spotted by the public. In fact, it wasn't. If you show the next slide, and we have photos of these for you to take, this is the three individuals that were involved in these various relationships and knowing each other and this original assault. This investigation is obviously very early on. We've executed a number of search warrants. We started executing search warrants over the weekend, actually, for various records, financial records, telephone records, etc. We've executed a number of search warrants this afternoon, and that'll continue. We have somewhere in excess of 20 detectives and forensics officers working this case in a variety of ways. So we're looking for any additional information about Mr. Ruth, Mr. Coleman, Ms. Battise, violent crimes, call violent crimes 651-6728, or you can always call Crime Stoppers if you wish to remain anonymous, 234-2020, 24/7. But, you know, we are always grateful for and dependent on the help of our community.